Today, I'm going to be making creamy chicken cordon bleu casserole. It is this casserole right here, this first line. I found this in Allrecipes magazine. This was their holiday 2023 issue, and so I thought this sounded good. I've never made chicken cordon bleu, period. And so I thought if I'm going to make it, an easy way to make it is just throwing stuff in a casserole. That's always going to be the easiest way. So I figured I would give it a try. What you're going to need is you need 8 ounces of white egg noodles. Now, this is a 12-ounce bag, so I'll just use like 3/4 of the bag. You need 2 cups of chopped cooked chicken breast. So I am going to bake my chicken breast. I have my oven on 350. I have a pan here, and I'm going to lay my chicken in the pan. I'm going to cover it up, and then it's going to cook for probably about 45 minutes, and then I'll uncover it, and then that'll give me my baked chicken. You're going to need 8 ounces of cubed cooked ham. This is 8 ounces. This is Great Value Walmart brand. This is fully cooked, so I will be just opening the package and cutting this into cubes. You need 1.5 cups of cubed Swiss cheese, so an 8-ounce package. So this is an 8-ounce package. We will be taking this out and cubing that as well. I haven't got anything out because I'm going to cook my chicken first. That's why normally I would have measured everything out, but I haven't done that yet. You need a can of cream of chicken soup. So I have the Campbell's cream of chicken soup. You need 1/2 cup of milk, which I have here. You need 1/2 cup of sour cream, and they did say specifically light, so that's what we bought. You need 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley. We're going to use parsley flakes, 2 tablespoons of that. You need 1/3 cup of cornflakes, lightly crushed, so we'll be doing that. 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and 2 tablespoons of melted butter, which we need to melt our butter, but that's how much you need. So the first thing we are going to do, like I said, is we are going to cook our chicken breast, and then I've got my oven already on 350. When they're finished cooking, I'm just going to leave my oven on 350, and then we'll go to the next step. I've measured everything out. So Kevin cubed our ham, Kevin cubed the Swiss cheese. I measured out the cornflakes, and I put a little bit more than what it said just because it didn't look like much at all. And it's going to be for our crispy topping. But I just literally took them in my hands and just crushed them. And then I only used, it said 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. Because I'm using dried parsley, I used 1 tablespoon. But I've melted the butter. I have my Parmesan cheese here, and I've also lightly greased using the Great Value vegetable oil. I've greased my my pan, my 9 by 13 inch pan. We call it our lasagna pan. Our chicken is baked, and we're going to cut it up. And we are going to, our water's getting ready to boil for our egg noodles, and I'm going to boil the egg noodles and drain the water off, and then we'll be back. So I ended up using the whole bag of noodles. It was 12 ounces. It didn't look like a lot to me, so I used the whole darn bag of noodles. So now it did not say to put it back on the heat, but I drained the water, and then I'm going to add my ham and my chicken, and this is almost 2 pounds of chicken. It's like 1.9 pounds is what I used. And then you also want to add your Swiss cheese. And then you're going to stir this together.
You got 1 lone survivor of cheese.
Oh, didn't even notice it. Okay, I'm going to let this sit here. And now we're going to move over here. And I moved my cornflakes into this bowl because I'm going to use this one. We're going to mix together our soup, let's see, it says soup, sour cream, parsley, and milk into this bowl, and then we're going to pour it into our pan. we're gonna dump this whole thing into our mixture, our noodle, ham, cheese, chicken mixture, and we're gonna stir it together. So I'm gonna take this and put it into my lasagna pan. And you can see I did not stir it as well as I should have. That's okay. I'll make sure I get it. And I use the whole bag of noodles. So mine, it was supposed to be 8 ounces. I used 12 ounces. But who's gonna buy a bag of egg noodles? To be fair, who's gonna buy a 12-ounce bag? Because they didn't have 8-ounce bags. And then only keep 4 ounces up in the cabinet for what? What are you gonna use that for? You're not, you're gonna throw it away probably. So I would rather go ahead and use it and then be able to heat the leftovers up all together than just throw it in the garbage. Okay, now we're going to mix our cornflakes and our Parmesan cheese and our butter together. And then we're gonna sprinkle this over the top. And I'm gonna use my fingers, and I know my fingers are gonna get greasy. It's okay. Because I feel like I'm...
More control.
Yeah, I feel like I have better control if I use my fingers than if I try to get it with a spoon. And this is one of those things that you could have cheated on too. So I cheated on the noodles, I cheated on the chicken, I put more chicken. If you want to add, if you want it to be crunchier, this is definitely something I think you could cheat with.
Yeah, because we added literally a whole handful more cereal, and it probably could have used another handful.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, how much do you want? But Kevin and I are all about more. So
I like the Crispies.
Yeah, we like Crispies, yeah. Okay, so the directions say you want to put this in your oven, 350 degrees, bake it for about 30 minutes until it's browned. This is how it looks when it comes out of the oven, and you let it sit for 10 minutes. And so that's what we have done. I'm just gonna move it over to a plate like this. I guess you could put it in a bowl if you wanted to, but we just...
That's my helping.
We usually just use, but look at that Swiss cheese, how melty it is. Wow. Had to catch that before it ran off. But that looks really good. This recipe, it says hands-on 20 minutes, total time 1 hour 15 minutes. And you can use the time it's baking to do all your dishes that you use. It was submitted by Felicia, and they have like a star rating in here. They go on 5 stars. And this got 4.5 out of 5 stars. It got 149 reviews as of the time this magazine was out. It says it is, for 1.5 cups, it's 403 calories, if you care. It says that you can make this ahead. You can prepare it as directed and chill covered for 12 hours and then bake it. So you'll do...
I think I would wait before I put my cereal until it was ready.
I do too. I would do that.
I wouldn't put that in the refrigerator.
I wouldn't either. I would do the cornflake thing
last,
right before you stick it in the oven.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. And when I do stuff ahead of time, when I have had things in the refrigerator, I like them to sit out for like a half an hour before I put them into the oven, just so that they're not stone cold going into the oven. That's just a funny thing with me though. Maybe that's strange, but that's just how I do it. Okay. This has no salt or pepper. None.
You can tell. It needs a little bit of salt on it.
I really taste the ham.
Susan, I really taste the ham. And I really taste that cheese.
Yes, the cheese is nice.
I've been trying not to put salt on it though. Just to let you know, that's just a personal choice.
It is. And yet, here we are.
No, I didn't do salt too.
Pepper. I really like the texture of the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. I have a thing against canned chicken. That's just me. I think it looks gross. And so again,
Tastes different too.
Yeah, again, that's a personal choice. But you could use canned chicken if you wanted to, or they have chicken that you can buy, like the fajita meat and stuff.
John Sauls or whatever.
Yes, the John Souls Foods. If you wanted to take a shortcut and buy that and just
Or
dump
buy
it all,
rotisserie chicken.
you can actually buy ham that's already cooked and it's already diced up. I mean, all of this is, you can find shortcuts. So if you're working all day and you come home and you want to throw this together, I still think it can be done. You might pay a little bit more for that convenience, but I think it can be done.
I like it. I like it quite a bit.
I do too. And you could personalize this. I do really like the cheese. If you wanted to, if you really like onion, then you could absolutely put some onion in here too, because we didn't have any.
This reminds me a little bit of like tuna casserole.
Yes, tuna casserole.
Do you put, somebody puts peas in theirs?
I've done,
Okay.
there's a version of tuna casserole where you can use peas and Kraft macaroni and cheese
I think
instead
this,
of egg noodles.
I think this would actually be good if it had some peas in it.
100%.
Completely change it from chicken cordon bleu. But
Yeah.
it would, those peas would add a, like a little bit of a freshness to it.
Right.
And it needs more cereal on top.
I would do more cereal just because Kevin and I
like a
knew
crunchy topping.
I like a crunchy topping too. So next time I made this, I would definitely use more. I would use double. I would double the cornflakes, that whole mixture, the Parmesan cheese and the butter. And
Literally just double the whole lot.
yes, and it would be wonderful. But as it is, I think this is a really delicious recipe. If you make this just like we did, don't change a
Very
thing.
good.
I think it's delicious. It's a hearty meal. This is going to feed probably at least 4 people, at least, if not,
Pretty good
5
servings.
5 or 6 people. Yeah. So you could make this and not have anything else, or you could have like those Jiffy corn muffins or something on the side, and it's going to be plenty of food.
Anytime we try recipes, I always like to think, okay, what could you add to it to change it a little bit? And when I say peas and stuff like that, that's just you know, if you wanted to, I think it would be good.
No, but I really do like the choice of cheese and everything.
The cheese is good.
And
I'm not usually a Swiss cheese lover either, but it goes really well.
Yeah, it sure does. So, like I said, I use the whole 12-ounce bag of noodles. Go ahead and use them all.
Yeah, it's not too much.
Yeah, it's not too much at all, and it'll just make things easier for you. And then you won't be left with a little handful of noodles up in the cabinet. But I would totally make this again. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.